And good afternoon. Congratulations to you and your family on your nomination. And just on a personal note, I am really sorry for the toll that suicide has taken on your family.
Thank you.
And I'm grateful that you have been open about that. I think that openness helps a lot of people. I want to start by asking you a straightforward question that I ask all nominees. If directed by the president to take action that would break the law, would you follow the law or follow the president's directive?
Senator Hassan, I appreciate that question, and I will follow the law as a lawyer.
Thank you. Earlier this year, President Trump illegally fired the VA's Inspector General along with several other Inspectors General. Do you support the firing of Inspectors General without the president first providing the required statutory notice to Congress?
Well, thank you for that question. It would really be inappropriate for me to comment on that, as that issue is currently being litigated in the courts.
I will just comment that as a lawyer, as somebody who has prided herself in this testimony to us as on understanding and investigating facts and applying the law, I think you could venture to say that the president's firing of the Inspector General at the VA and across government violated the clear language of the statute. And I'm disappointed that you're unwilling to say that. Let me move on to another question, which really follows up on issues that both Senator Moran and Blumenthal have raised. You've served as a senior advisor to Secretary Collins since January, and you've worked at the VA for decades. The Inspector General is required to be, as you pointed out, nonpartisan and independent from agency leadership. However, your prior work advising Secretary Collins calls into question your ability to be nonpartisan and independent. If you become the IG, you would need to recuse yourself from many investigations in order to preserve the independence of the office. Will you recuse yourself from any investigations relating to matters you worked on while previously employed by the VA?
Thank you, Senator Hassan. And yes, as an attorney, I would, as my duty and as a member of the bar, in certain situations, I would absolutely have to recuse myself. I did so as chairman. I did so as a veterans law judge in that world, and I would do so as appropriate as IG.
Thank you. Will you commit to continuing any open investigations that were initiated by the last Inspector General?
Yes, Senator, I will.
Thank you. The VA is reportedly planning to fire roughly 80,000 employees, and recent reporting suggests that the VA is requiring all employees who are working on these staffing cuts to sign non-disclosure agreements. However, one key role of the Office of the Inspector General is to independently receive reports of wrongdoing within the VA from employees, and the Inspector General has this obligation regardless of whether the employee has signed an NDA. Will you commit that your office will independently and thoroughly investigate any reports of wrongdoing at the VA, regardless of any NDAs that employees have been forced to sign?
Thank you, Senator Hassan, and absolutely, yes, I will.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear you're committed to conducting thorough, independent reviews of any allegations of wrongdoing, and I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you, Senator Hassan. Senator King.
I want to thank you for the time you took for us to discuss your history. You were eminently qualified for this position up to about January of 2020. And I don't want to just keep going over and over, but well, I guess one thing we learned yesterday that the Office of the Inspector General in the VA is being cut by 100 people. Were you aware of that?
No, Senator, I was not.
Well, check the budget. You're going to lose 100 people before you even walk through the door.
I will